We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody. This is Matt Monarch and my beautiful life. Angela Stokes Monarch and Araya. Welcome to the Raw Food World TV show. We're back. We're better. We're starting up again. But now there's 3 of us. We had a nice 6-month vacation as this pretty princess.
Been growing.
Grew to where she is now. And we're ready to go. It is our intention to do a minimum of 1 Raw Food World TV show a week. And she's excited. It's a party. She's the ham of the whole entire group.
She's jimbling up and down, shaking her rattle. Woo!
And guess what? I'm angry.
Uh-oh. Daddy's back to being angry.
I am so tired of hearing people saying, I have a disease or I'm sick and I need to take a supplement or a pharmaceutical drug or a pill or a something or other in order to heal. No raw food, superfood, drug, or anything can heal the body. The body heals itself. The first thing that's the most important thing above all else is detoxification. We've been all around the world. We've done over 1,000 talks all around the world, and we've met thousands and thousands of people. And what people do is they bring their relatives, and all these people, we've met tens of thousands of people who have healed from all sorts of conditions, ailments, and degenerative diseases all across the board. And not one of these people did it by solely taking a supplement, medicinal herb, or superfood. Angela.
Hello.
You used to be 300 pounds.
That's correct.
Now, did you lose all that weight by taking something?
No.
So you lost 175 pounds by simply detoxing. Is that correct?
Yes.
You detoxed it out. Disease is simply the toxicity that has built up inside the body. We get sick and it tries to come out. And this is what detox is. So, in order to heal, detox is the first thing. Again, no supplement. If your child's sick or you're sick and you're looking for Golden Seal to be the answer, guess what? You probably ain't going to get too far. You know that what the ultimate detox method is, which I'm about to talk about in a minute. But first off, everybody's looking for the pill, for the easy fix, pharmaceutical drugs or whatever. But let's talk about what detoxification really is, because people don't know. Detoxification is this hip thing where there's this new cleanse on the market, everybody buys it, and it virtually does nothing. Detoxification, as I've said many times before, is when you stop intaking a substance or food that you've taken for such a long period of time and you go through withdrawals. For example, the coffee addict who drinks coffee for 20 years and they stop drinking coffee, guess what? They get headaches. The cigarette smoke goes through jitters, the cigarette smoker. The heroin addict goes absolutely crazy and starts kicking walls down in the psychiatric ward. It's the same thing with food. When you go on a diet, you start getting the shakes. This is what detoxification is, when you eliminate something completely.
Well.
She's on the same page as me. She is. We're tired of all the sickness. So, as I mentioned before, Ann Wigmore in the 1980s successfully healed thousands and thousands of people by doing a certain procedure. And what happened was every health food institute out there that has a good success rate in healing people actually took her ways. She's the founder of them all, these health institutes, and there's a procedure that they all used. Now, what happens is we've gone so far by eating such junk and processed foods to where there's so much disease in our bodies. So when we stop eating these things, we go through withdrawals, and our body can't handle it, and we get all sick, and we smell, we've got body odor. The ultimate way to remove these withdrawals and detoxification is cleansing the colon with water. This is the ultimate secret that Jesus Christ knew about. I think he's the most famous man in the world.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, this is the answer to healing. I'm not going to say it's the cure because I'm going to go to jail maybe. But what she did was she helped heal people, and she took it to such an extreme. She threw everybody on a raw food diet. So people are just withdrawing like crazy because they've eliminated every food from their diet but the most easy to digest water-rich foods. And this is why I recommend most people to do a whole foods diet where they eat cooked whole foods so they don't go through these crazy withdrawals. And she gave everybody enemas and colonics like every single day. Now you don't have to do that, but it was the ultimate, not cure, but cure, you know what it is. So she was having such a high success rate. We don't even need to go into there. I've already talked about all this. So real quickly, just so you know I'm not pulling your leg here, I'm just going to give them example after example of all these people we've known. Okay, for number one, I knew this woman who had pneumonia. She was about to go on the pharmaceutical drugs. I'm like, you know what, just get a colonic. Just let's go together and we'll see what happens. She got a colonic. We got back in the car, and all of a sudden she was like, she was breathing. She couldn't believe what happened. She removed all this waste from the colon, and the colon is like the storehouse of waste. Ah! And then her organs and lungs drained into the colon that she emptied out. And it would be good to do a series of stuff like that. We just had our friend Richie, who was here. We actually did a video with him in the past. And when he comes back out here, we're going to do another video with him discussing all this. But I convinced that he went on a raw food diet, healed, but he kind of got stuck. You could sense that there was toxicity, and he didn't have energy, didn't have exercise. And I convinced him to do enemas every day for 14 days. And he continued to do enemas frequently after that. And all of a sudden, he was able to exercise again. His energy picked up. And then, after a few months of doing something like this, especially if you're doing enemas and it expedites the process, I told him that he'd probably get sick at some point because it's inevitable. This stuff is going to try to come out. He had medication tasting stuff come out that he remembered when he was like 1 to 3 years old. And then later, like 3 months after doing this and constant enemas, all of a sudden he detoxed crazy asthma medication. He could taste it from taking all this asthma medication, getting it out. And after he was tasting this and he was sick, he did an enema. The entire toilet smelled like asthma medication, like you couldn't believe. And he took it to a new level. And he's like, okay, I've got to stop the enemas just for a little bit because it was too much detox for him. But I'm sure he's still on it, working it out. There's people who have healed from rheumatoid arthritis. Remember that place in Spain, that woman who, on a whole foods diet, doing enemas? I know people that have healed the C word, cancer, from doing certain procedures like what we're talking about. So I want to go back to our roots here. It's not, you don't take something to heal. You detox. Then you start to even absorb better. You're not going to absorb minerals and stuff like that until you detox. But the key is the detox is what removes the disease. All right. Araya. Next week, we're doing a video. I have another video later this week, but next week, Angela Stokes Monarch. Because it's more, the detox, it's very cut and dry in a logical aspect for me, but there's a huge emotional aspect. When you start to detox like this, the spiritual realm, the vibration of energy, you start to feel it more. This is how through doing this process, is how I got to where I'm at. And the vibration is insanity. But there's a huge emotional aspect about this. She used to be 300 pounds, right? 305 pounds? And you lost more than half your body weight. And you have kept it off for how many years?
10 years in 2 days.
10 years
Well,
in
that's when I
2
started.
days. If someone has most people gain their weight back, but she's kept it off for 10 years. This is unheard of. You know that she knows what she's talking about. She wrote the book Raw Emotions. Raw Emotions. And next week we're going to talk all about the emotional aspects. So thank you all for tuning in. We're back. We're better. We're going nonstop. Who do we got here?
Andrew Six Monarch and Araya Berry Monarch.
And Matt Monarch. Rocking the raw food world every week. And we'll see you next time. The Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.